What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about this collection right here, the Ultimate Ric Flair collection, um, showcasing Ric Flair and his career. You open it up, boom, and then you have the discs. And in this collection, it it showcases Ric Flair's entire career. Basically, you have starting off on disc one, you have the start of Ric Flair winning the championship against Harley Race in the NWA for the NWA championship. You have the bounty that Harley Race put on Ric Flair's head to actually, beat him. You have Ric Flair and Starrcade '83. That's a Flair for the gold with Ric Flair. You have him talking about his matches against Bob Orton, Ric Flair, and Wahoo McDaniel. It talks about Ric Flair and the plane crash that pretty much almost wrecked Ric Flair's career. You have Starrcade '85, Dusty Rhodes versus Ric Flair. It talks about how much of a role and how big of a match this was. Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair were probably the two key main speakers and biggest names in wrestling at the time in the NWA. Aside from Hulkamania that was taking off, these two individuals were having way better promos than WWF was putting out. But at the same time, like Hulkamania and WWF had a lot more power, but these two individuals definitely put on an amazing show. It goes on to talking about Ric Flair breaking Dusty Rhodes' ankle. It talks about the Four Horsemen. It talks about the promos that Ric Flair would cut. So basically Ric Flair's career being the NWA champion and how much pressure he had going around the different territories. It talks about Barry Windham discusses teaming up with Ric Flair as part of the Four Horsemen. The Four Horsemen, of course, would have numerous members over the years, but Ric Flair was always the key person in that. Then you have on disc 2 his rivalry with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, of course, would have amazing matches with Ric Flair at Clash of Champions, and how people say that that was one of the greatest matches ever. His Wrestle War '89 against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, of course, like I said, those individuals put on wrestling clinics whenever they got in the ring together. You had the controversy surrounding Ric Flair. You have Jerry Lawler discuss it. You have Jim Herd, who was one of the wrestling mainframes for the NWA at the time, and how he wanted Ric Flair to change his whole image and wanted Ric Flair to pretty much become something that it wasn't. Then you have Ric Flair coming to WWF and him coming in as the world champion with Bobby the Brain Heenan and winning the Royal Rumble and actually winning the WWF Championship. Ric Flair, they had to push Ric Flair like that. Ric Flair was just too big of a star for them not to put the title on him, and they had to find a way to do it, and they didn't in the greatest way possible by setting up that storyline with him winning the Royal Rumble. And he would be in WWF for about a year and a bit, and his rivalry with Macho Man started him showing or saying that he was going to expose pictures of Elizabeth. It talks about the third disc pretty much discusses his WWF career. It discusses him going back to the WCW, being a part of the WCW before NWO arrived, and his place as a Four Horseman during the NWO era, and how the Four Horsemen evolved in WCW at that time. It talks about him coming back to WWF, the WWE, and him being a part of the storyline with Vince McMahon as co-owner of the WWE. Ric Flair definitely is an individual, a legend, and he's someone that, they have put out, I think, 2 Ric Flair DVDs, and they've put out a Four Horsemen DVD. Ric Flair is definitely someone that has that namesake that can definitely showcase a company, and that's why he was handpicked to have the World Championship back in the early 1980s. So that's been my review of Ric Flair, The Ultimate Collection. So you guys let me know what you guys think about this DVD. Comment below. If you like this video, definitely give it a like. If you're not subbed, definitely hit the subscription button up there. And I will catch you guys later. I'm Ben. I'm out. Let's see how I screwed it up. I'm out. Peace.